Hello, welcome to your February Tarot Forecast videos. I want to share 3 distinct points about the energy of February itself before I start in on the readings. I'm going to take a few minutes with this intro, so if you wish you can skip ahead to where I begin actually pulling cards. I'll go ahead and put a time indication in the description box if you want to do that. First, I want to begin by stating the obvious, which is that we collectively recognize January 1st as the day that rings in the new year on the calendar. However, the beginning of February is when we actually truly enter a fresh new energy cycle. That is the real new year energetically. A lot of January was spent tying up loose ends of 2016, and this is because we entered the new year in January 2017, mid-cycle of a Mercury retrograde. This is not conducive to forward movement. Rather, it's a time to chill, reflect, and plan your next steps, and not take action to commence new things quite yet. Mercury went direct on January 8th and doesn't move out of its shadow for approximately 2 weeks after it goes direct. This means that if New Year's resolutions were started in January, they are not likely to endure and those plans will tend to unravel. Any resolutions for change that you want to implement in order to yield more permanent results would be more auspicious if began at the end of the month when the mercurial energy begins to pick up speed. Coincidentally, this is around the same time of the start of the Chinese New Year, which begins January 28th. And that brings me to my second point, which is sharing a little bit about this year being marked as the Yin Fire Rooster. 2016 was the Yang Fire Monkey. Yang energy is masculine, extroverted, and outwardly expressive. Fire is dynamic, changing, passionate, and all-consuming. The monkey is playful, chaotic, impulsive, adaptable, and clever, but not necessarily honest. Observing the way that monkeys behave will give you an indication of the characteristics they exhibit and how a lot of 2016 played out for us. So again, 2017 is the year of the Yin Fire Rooster. Much like last year, fire will mark the next 12 months as blazing, dynamic, and assertive energy. However, Yin energy is feminine, introverted, insightful, and inwardly receptive. So a lot of us will be tapping into our inherent reserves of strength and realizing our inner passions this year. There is a strong theme here of self-reliance. The rooster quality is confident, if not somewhat boastful, as it proudly sticks out its chest and fans its feathers. Roosters are notably guided by instinct as they greet the rising sun in the morning. Therefore, advice this year is to rise early to accomplish your goals and act on your first impulses. There can be danger in second-guessing yourself or maybe overanalyzing. It is lucky to have some sort of symbol or visual representation of a rooster in your home this year, which is why I have this guy over here. Because success and self-reliance comes easily to roosters, this is a great year to demonstrate leadership and gain real progress in what you want to achieve. So this brings me to my last point I want to make before I start in on your readings. 2017 numerologically adds up to a year 1. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 equals 10, and when you reduce the 10 by adding 1 and 0, you end up with 1. This means that no matter what your life path number or your personal year, there are collective beginnings within the human race as we begin a brand new 9-year cycle. The key word for a 1 year is independence. Other meanings are ego, ambition, initiative, and individuality. We will begin to see things that we have never seen before this year. We have already seen shades of the 1 year theme, as well as the monkey and rooster characteristics within the new political climate, but we don't really need to get into that here in this video. What is important to remember is that the New Year energy that commences this month is a year of personal success achieved through diligent perseverance and patience. Like the rooster crows at dawn, it is heralding in a powerful sign of awakening. Happy New Year! Now let's get started with your readings. Scorpio, for your February monthly forecast readings, I will be selecting 4 cards from the Connolly Tarot deck to represent the 4 weeks of the month. Okay, first week, second week, third week, fourth week. Okay. All right, the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is like a fast and furious type energy. And, you know, he's got his shield up and he's like ready for combat, ready for battle. You're raising your sword in the air. And, you know, you're not letting anything or anybody get in your way, okay? And if they do, God help them. So the first week looks very pleasant. You know, you have this situation where you're sort of enjoying life, you're celebrating, you're in some sort of party or group of people, and everyone's just enjoying, you know, the festivities, the company of each other. And it feels very pleasant with the Three of Cups. It's something to celebrate, something to be grateful for, some sort of joy. All right, so then the second week, you have the Seven of Wands. What I was hearing with this card when I was laying them down was explore your options. Seek out other possibilities. You're sort of looking over the fence. Oh, and there's also another, I guess, what is it, colloquialism? Is that what it's called? Another saying that comes to mind where it's like the grass is greener on the other side. So, yeah, but it's something out there, not within your grasp that you're sort of looking at, okay? And you may be sort of furiously searching for what that is. It's like a constant search here this month for what brings you like happiness, okay? And I see it's like what you need to just be grateful for what you have as well. You can go on that search, you can go hunting for whatever brings you strength or whatever brings you inspiration or looking for your muse in some way. But I see you needing to really just be very thankful and grateful for what you have as well. You can do both. So here you have the Magician. Magician is all about skillfulness. It's about using your talents, your raw talents, and your abilities, putting them into practice, okay? And there's a little bit of showmanship here. You're showing up your competition as well. You have everything that you need here. You don't need to really go looking for anything else. So anyway, the third week is about making magic, manifesting your desires, making it happen. Okay. So then the last week you have the Two of Swords. Okay, so this is where you come into battle. Okay, so someone has challenged you with this, they've raised up their sword and you're raising it back, right? And I see there could be a clashing. I see it's between 2 men here. In the picture, I see someone's holding a drum. So it's almost like this person is walking to the beat of their own drum. And this person is in contemplation, meditation. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to figure out the other person's strategy, really. How did they do it? That's what I'm getting. So very specific messages coming through for you. I guess they could be applied generally, but yeah. I want to draw an Angel Tarot card to show me some advice to share with the Scorpios. Some advice to give you. Okay. It's this card, 5 of Air. It says, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. I'm also hearing pick and choose your battles, because some people, it's just not worth it to have to defend yourself. Just do your own thing, really. Yes. Reviewing other people's motives. That's what I was kind of seeing with this one, is like, how do they do it? What are they doing? Like, sort of assessing what other people are doing, how they're choosing to go about, you know, their lives or their business ventures or their whatever. Okay, 5 of Air. All right, so I want to go ahead and do something I haven't done in the previous videos, which I think is kind of fun, is pulling from these Gypsy Fortune cards, which are a little bit different from tarot, and they're a little bit different from oracle cards. So I want to go ahead and pull 3 of these for the Scorpios. See what message, like what additional message I can get here. Okay, 3 cards. This looks wonderful. I feel like this is a side message here. I think this is also just about like being grateful for what you have and not needing to really go out and, you know, like I was saying, like the grass is greener on the other side. Like being grateful for what you have, your personal, you know, relationships, your friendships, your, you know, your personal support system. Here you have steady progress forward. Okay, so you have a train that's on track. You're on track right now. Very clear, very plain. You're not being derailed. You have this sort of set course out in front of you. It's a course that you have set out, and you're following according to plan. It's something that is man-made here. This, you know, train is part of the Industrial Revolution. It's all man-made, so you have made your course here. You're headed in the right direction. You're on track when it comes to following your heart or emotional related matters of the heart, matters of love. So this is a good sign. I'm seeing friendship. Seeing you really valuing your friendships here. Somebody that is loyal in your life. Loyalty is actually pretty hard to come by. You know, dependability is hard to come by. But there's something, I feel like that's where you're headed here. Since you have the motion card into these other cards. You have like true love, or like a love that's loyal, a love that's true, lasting. And the shadow card is the anchor, which is beautiful. I love this card for you. It's something solid. You know, this is a commitment. The card 22 is it's an anchor, and it's about 2 and 2. You put 2 and 2 together. That's an expression, right? It's also about couples, and it's also about the 2 here with the 2 swords. Okay. And, you know, this is definitely about anchoring yourself, tying yourself down, being committed to a cause, being committed to a person, actually really even being just committed to yourself and like your own ideals, your own values. Okay, so I wanted to just briefly look up the Gypsy Wisdom meaning of this card, because all of these cards come with like a little wise word of wisdom here. So the anchor says, he who will not be ruled by the rudder will be ruled by the rock. Okay. This is interesting to me because it's really just saying, like, you have the ship here, which is ruled by the rudder. So you're either constantly journeying or on some sort of exploration to find something, or you are ruled by, being weighted down, being grounded, your responsibilities, the day-to-day stuff, your commitments. Okay? So you're either in constant movement, and when you're in that constant movement, you crave some sort of stability. And when you're in that stability, you want some sort of freedom. So you can't really have both ever. I mean, we can't ever really have both. We're constantly being ruled by the rudder or the anchor here. So what an interesting dichotomy here. And I think this is just saying, like, you can explore your options, but knowing that you have some sort of solid commitment and you can come home every day and have something that's dependable here is such a blessing to be had as well. All right, Scorpio. So this was your reading for February. Thank you so much for watching and liking and sharing my videos, and for subscribing to this channel. I will see you in the upcoming videos.